Just yesterday, NetEase dropped some news about what's coming to Identity 5 during Season 34, Essence 1. Brace yourselves, folks, because it's that time again, the autumn event. This is when NetEase decides to put on their Santa hats and shower us with goodies, probably because they feel guilty about all those red pings we endure. And what's got everyone buzzing this time? Well, it's none other than the little girl's new skin. Seriously, my social media feed looks like a little girl fan club meeting. I guess I'm not the only one who finds her irresistibly cute, right? Now, how do we actually get our hands on this adorable skin? What other treats are they throwing our way this event? And most importantly, when can we start raiding the store like bargain hunters on Black Friday? I've got questions and I know you do too. This is your host, Silmina, and together, we're diving into the mysteries of this event. Let's find out. Quick disclaimer before we dive in. I got most of this info from the IDV News Twitter account and the official Weibo. So if anything seems off or sounds like it was written during a red ping rage, feel free to call me out. Alright, on to the good stuff. The autumn event is back. Again. It's basically like that friend who keeps showing up to your house unannounced but brings snacks, so you can't really complain. And just like every other event, you'll be rewarded for participating. Clues, fragments, skins, and all that jazz. So, how do you get in on this? According to the news, and if we look at the ghosts of events past, you'll probably have to follow some story event and check in regularly. It's like being in a club but with fewer weird handshakes. The autumn event kicks off on September 26, 2024, or 2 weeks after the Mid-Autumn event on September 12th. In case you forgot, the Mid-Autumn event is that annual gathering where we celebrate the 15th day of the 8th lunar month. It's like a yearly tradition but with more virtual prizes than mooncakes. Last year they overlapped both events, but this year, they're giving us a breather. This year's Mid-Autumn event will bless us with a Seer B-tier costume, Moon Narrator, and a Survivor B-tier accessory, along with a portrait and frame, all free if you follow the event. Plus, they're bringing back some of the fan-favorite costumes, like Postman's Mid-Autumn getup and the Ripper's Tuberose skin. These will be up for grabs in the store, the Remnant store, and the event shop. For all the details, check out the pictures and start prepping your Echo stash. Now, back to the main event, the Autumn Event 2024. This time, there are plenty of free goodies you can snag just by showing up and doing your part. Let's break it down, shall we? First up, we've got the Fire Investigator A-tier accessory called Well Done. Not the well done in a grilling contest, by the way. It's an actual accessory. Then there's the little girl B-tier costume called Fall Trip, which is probably the star of the show. Then there's the Harvest Profile Portrait Frame, an embalmer sticker, the violinist emote titled Wine Tasting, the little girl emote called Watering, like, she's out here gardening, folks. And finally, the A-tier Survivor dish, Blooming Season, and Hunter B-tier dish, Baked Alaska, which I assume isn't something you can actually eat. Now, let's face it, everyone's going after the little girl costume. The good news, it's free. Just participate in the event, and boom, Fall Trip is yours. Unlike those Persona 5 costumes that had you choosing between a chance to get Ren Amamiya and a month of instant ramen, this skin won't drain your wallet. The fact that it's free makes her even more lovable, doesn't it? There's been a lot of buzzing about whether this skin can be upgraded, just like the Postman's Autumn skin. But after doing my research, aka scrolling through every corner of IDV News, there's no info on that yet. So, as of now, I'm assuming the skin cannot be upgraded. But hey, who knows? Maybe Netties will surprise us and drop some last-minute news about it. I wouldn't put it past them. And there's more! You'll also score rewards just by logging in. Yup! Just click that check-in button. And you'll get the rural sound lobby music and a fancy dynamic portrait for your in-game profile. Feeling fancy yet? There are also room furniture items you can earn through gameplay, including an A-tier piece called the pomegranate tree pot. Just to clarify, even though grenade means grenades in German, this isn't about grenades, okay? And I'm not sure if this tree grows if you water it like the magnolia tree we got earlier this year, but if that's the case, maybe Identity 5 should consider a Harvest Moon crossover, since apparently we're farmers now. That's the rundown on all the free goodies for this autumn event. But don't worry, there are also items available in the store and event store that you won't want to miss. What are those? First, let's talk about the big-ticket item, the S-tier furniture, the Harvest Dinner Table. With this beauty in your room, you can serve up dishes to your favorite characters. I don't know how it works, but I'm sure we'll get a showcase soon enough. Then, two fan-favorite A-tier pieces are making a comeback, the deep-sea dining table and desert strings. Now, I personally use desert strings to produce the worst quality music possible, because who needs actual musical talent in a game where the main focus is obtaining the fanciest costumes? I mean, getting the thrill of a chase or being chased, right? And let's not forget the new dishes in the event store, one for the hunter and one for the survivor. Too bad these dishes aren't edible for us. But maybe one day, we'll get a cooking mini-game and can whip up a virtual meal ourselves. Finally, we've got the returning maple rug, which is literally a rug shaped like a maple leaf. Such a fitting name, right? It'll definitely bring some autumn vibes to your lobby. On top of that, during this autumn event, we're getting yet another public map to mess around in and take pictures. I've got a love-hate relationship with public maps, to be honest. On the one hand, I love how it's a nice way to blow off steam after suffering through ranked matches with red ping, or when your opponents are somehow a couple of tiers above you. The public map is a place where you can fool around, snap some pics, and pretend your matchmaking frustrations don't exist. But, on the other hand, public maps have their downsides. First, it's become the prime spot for lucky or rich players to flex their skins like it's a fashion runway. Second, and this is the weird part, it's sometimes a place where certain players do, adult things in public. I mean, I know it's pixelated, but come on, there are kids playing this game. Have some courtesy. As for the lag in public maps, I've made peace with it, so no surprises there. Anyway, the public map for this event will be set in an area that looks like Lakeside Village because there are windmills in it. According to the IDV news, we'll be able to do many activities, like getting on a train, playing on swings and slides, and enjoying the sunset. Players can also take part in fun stuff like dish making, an eating contest, and prop making. There aren't many details just yet, but I'm sure we'll see a public map showcase soon. And that's a wrap for the 2024 autumn event, folks. Remember, the beefy bits in this video are all jokes, so no harm intended. Don't forget to jump into the event so you can snatch those free items for, well, free! If you've got any questions or things to add, feel free to drop them in the comments. This is your radio announcer Silmina, signing off. See you later, folks.